কোথায় না এটা ক্যামেরার কোথায় ওটা ছিল সেটিং? আচ্ছা 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 ঠিক ঠিক। তাহলে এটা সঙ্গে হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে না কেন এবার ক্যামেরা সাউন্ড শোনা যাচ্ছে না কেন? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, good. Good evening, Abranila. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, sir. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay, beta, पूरा इधर ना.
Okay. So I want to show you one thing.
Yeah.
This is regarding the video. Would you like to see it now?
No, video I'm not doing now. Video clip I wanted to show. I have removed it. I thought I changed this thing.
Oh,
I changed my plan, so I think I'll avoid that.
okay, okay, fine.
Abranila, sound is also all right.
So sound is online. Okay, okay, sure. So we have got 150 plus registrations. Let's see how many.
Dr. Nino?
Hello, is there anybody? Hello.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Ah, you are
Oh,
there. Oh,
and Mr. Rajiv
it's really.
Kumar and Sri is also here.
Oh, they're also there. Okay. Okay, so we have got another 5 minutes to go.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So you are all set, no?
Yeah, we are set. I'm just waiting for Mr. Daftari. I'll introduce him
Okay,
and he'll take it from there.
okay, okay. No, Deepak is not come.
Sorry?
Hello,
No,
Deepak
he's
is not
joined me.
joined.
I
Okay.
called him up. He'll join in sometime.
Mhm. I spoke to him sometime back. I told him.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, Avrinila, I think it's time we should start.
So Mr. Deepak Daftari is facing some technical glitch. So do you want to start or do you want to wait for a few more minutes?
So I can, whatever is the suggestion, it depends upon your audience in a sense that they should kind of, you're given a time, so we should stick to it. That is what my this thing was. Okay,
Okay.
whichever way.
I'll request you to wait for a few minutes.
Yeah, you
He's
can tell
just
the other people.
have,
So
yeah.
I can speak for a minute or two in case if you let him join, and you can tell the others that we are just setting it
Sir
out
has
for a couple of
joined, I
minutes.
think. Mr. Daftari is joined.
Okay, okay, so that's fine.
Mr. Daftari, can you hear us?
His mic doesn't, his phone, this thing doesn't show.
Yeah, I can see him.
The microphone doesn't show.
Yes, my phone is not showing. Mr. Daftari, can you hear us?
Avrila, how many people are there? So I used to take this thing, so otherwise I could start also. If there are people are there, like
45,
I would like.
45 people are here.
So I think I can start in a sense that Mr. Dafsari, I can give a monologue or something that till the time it happens. Let's not delay.
Oh, okay, I'll do that.
You can introduce me and then I can take off.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another webinar by TiE Kolkata. And let me introduce you to the guest of the day, Sri Rajiv Kumar. Welcome, sir. He's the Principal Secretary to the Government of West Bengal Department of IT and Electronics. And we are really fortunate to have you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. I think Mr. Deepak Daftari, who was supposed to be a moderator, he's facing some glitch. So I decided that instead of keeping all of you waiting, I will say what I was supposed to say. Let me start this talk with a by showing enormous gratitude all of us feel towards our doctors, healthcare workers, policemen, government officials, essential service supply personnel, journalists and other people, but there is another section of people whom we don't see, but who have made our life, who have made life bearable in these difficult times. Those are truck drivers who are supplying supply lines, who are supplying essentials, vegetable, fruit vendors, e-commerce workers, telecoms service staff, electricity maintenance workers. We are able to have this kind of thing because our internet, electricity, and other essential services are working. We must understand their contribution, and we all of us understand it. But I thought before starting the talk, I must thank them on the behalf of the department, all of you also. And in fact, I salute their hard work in these difficult times. The first the question was that why we are doing this kind of webinar in such an unprecedented time. You see, it is definitely unprecedented time in the sense that human species has not faced this kind of threat since Spanish flu. And the doomsdayers are there. They are predicting a real negative picture. But on a positive note, I would like to quote Mr. Yuval Noah Harari, who has written, some of you must have read his book, Sapiens. He said, and who's considered a modern day philosopher, he says basically that though this is an unprecedented situation, but we are very better placed today to face this. in 2 to 3 weeks time, we were able to identify the virus. We have gene mapped the whole virus. We are on the way of developing a vaccine. This 100 years back or 200 years back, this scenario, the human capability, the capability of the science and technology was not there with the human species. So, though it's a difficult time, but we are better placed to handle it. With that positive note, I thought I'll start. And also a note of caution here. I'm not here to announce any kind of uh, uh, some kind of policy or some kind of big announcement. It is more to interact. It is basically to tell all of you that in this difficult time, the government is with all of you. You people are not alone. All of us are in it together. And if we stick together, we will definitely find a way out. So that's the starting point, and I can still kind of say this is my favorite thing. Whenever we are faced in difficulty, we should not wait for storm to stop. We should learn to dance in the rain, and that is what we have to do. And also, most of us are doing that. There was a one, I think Deepak is here, so I'll give that. Deepak, I'll hand it over to you. You are facing some technical glitches. You can start from, I just explained, I've just explained to them that in such unprecedented time, why we came up with this, why you came up with this idea and why I accepted this. Yeah, please, go
Yes,
ahead.
sir. My sincere apologies. There were some technical difficulties, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can definitely hear you.
Yeah, my apologies. There were some
Yeah, it's
difficulties,
all
so I
right.
had to restart the machine.
Let's not keep people waiting. That's all right. Perfectly all right. Sometimes technologies, these things do happen. No issues.
Thank you, sir. So should we start with the first question that these are
Unfortunately, I have covered that. I think I've covered that. You can start with the thing which you wanted us to ask, that how do we how do we expect to work under this?
yes
What are the norms
what
going to be for
yes
working?
what norms can we expect to work for a long time once things start settling up and things start opening up? What will be the new norms, sir?
Let me tell you. Let's understand that this is an unprecedented situation in the sense that whether the government or the industry, we have not seen in our lifetimes. This is what we are seeing it, and we are trying to deal it. We also should understand, it will give us a good focus if we could understand that this is what is important, what we are trying to do. Here, public health is number one priority. And the question is, the fine balance we have to do is how do we ensure economic activity without compromising public health? That is the main thing. Now, there could be two ways about doing it. One is, as the governments do, there could be a regulatory mode that the people have to do this, to do that, and there could be a participatory mode. The government has taken a view of a participatory mode in a sense that we must listen to people, say, and devise and see the evolving condition and decide norms according to that. So there is nothing concrete which can be said today. It all depends upon the evolving situation. And the evolving situation and the feedback from everyone around. So now the new this thing is from Monday, the green zones, in the green zones some economic activity is being started. It will also, it is again dependent on the evolving situation. If the situation improves, in this thing will go ahead further. If it doesn't, then maybe there is a rollback. So we have to be, as I mentioned in the previous, you had not joined, that we have to learn to dance in the rain, in a sense that
Right.
we have to make best use of the evolving situation, and we have to act accordingly. I would say that right question here is to ask is, everyone should ask, including me, you, everyone, that instead of asking what would be the norms and what is the government planning, rather than that whether I am a health hazard risk to my friends, to my family, the mohalla I live in, the company the colleagues I work with. If we start to thinking in a disciplined mode and acting in a disciplined manner, I think we would be able to move in a direction where more and more economic activity can take place, and people can function in a more uninhibited manner. But the fact remains that all of us must understand that it is an unprecedented situation. And I will give you an example from my earlier experiences. In a police, we used to have a saying that IEDs called improvised devices, improvised explosive devices, which terrorists use, Naxalites used to use. We used to say that if you respect them, if you respect the bomb, it will respect you back. Here we need to respect the virus. We don't need to take it very lightly, saying nothing will happen. Or also at the same time, we don't need to feel scared and stop everything. If we show its due respect in a sense that we take due precautions, I think everything will be fine. Thank you.
Right. So, what are the new opportunities, considering that these are times where every day new threats are emerging, every day new opportunities. What would be the new areas or new opportunities you see in these times, sir?
Yeah, you said if you see, as I was mentioning earlier, also doomsday will are predicting that it's a very bad time. If you see the CNN website today, it says "Welcome to the worst economy ever." That's the kind of
Right.
headlines they're running.
Right.
But I don't believe doomsdays. I'll give you an example in the sense that if you see after Second World War, people predicted for Japan that they will be uh, they will not they will need 100 years to build a nation, but in next 20 years they became the second largest economy in the world. There was a when I was a kid, most of you will not relate to it, when what we were a kid and our parents and our teachers would say, used to be a theory of Malthus theory in economics. They would tell that the food production can only grow in arithmetic progression, because you can take more land, it can grow in arithmetic progression, but the population increases in a geometric progression.
Yes.
And after a couple of years, people will die of hunger.
Hunger.
But it didn't happen. The green revolution came. The people kind of modified. They came up with modified seeds, and now the production food isn't as scarce as it was there when the Malthus theory was there.
True.
The another story which I would like all of your viewers to focus is it's one of my favorite stories. This is like what sometimes we get too scared with we get too overwhelmed by these circumstances surrounding us. In 1860, in the city of New York, the mayor of New York was facing a lot of problem because the population was growing. It was a big business city which is coming out, and they were thinking how we will tackle this. So they called all the economists and other people, the people professors, and said, "You predict what is going to happen. How we take it forward." They came up with a report saying that in 100 years, the New York will be doomed. They said the New York population is increasing at such a speed, the horses required to move population. At that time there were horses to move them around. There were buggies and which will take them around. They said 6 million horses would be required to, and the New York will be full of horse dung. It won't be, you won't be able to move. You won't have workers to shift. In 40 years in the city of New York, there were 1,000 small car companies. In 40 years only, entrepreneurs like you, the businessmen, they proved those academicians, those economists, all of them wrong. So I'm saying the opportunities, every threat comes with an opportunity. That is what I'm trying to say. If you say it on a more philosophical on a level, you think there are 7 billion plus people on this planet. We need to provide them, all of them need to provide food, shelter, healthcare, transport, communication, entertainment. Do you think, and this has to provide it, as we have learned, and this virus is, I think, one of the indication that we have to do it in a green and a clean way. We need it. Otherwise, whatever our lifestyle might be unsustainable the way we are doing it. So we have to do it and more. So who is going to come up with these solutions? There is so much of opportunity. In all, these 7 billion people are to be taken care of, and it has to be taken care by people with within us, the entrepreneurs, the businessmen, the visionaries, like people who are putting this. So if you come to specific, I would say the intersections this right now healthcare, IT industry, and the intersection of these couple of industries is giving electronic manufacturing. There is a talk of electronic manufacturing. People, the world has realized that they have put all their eggs in one basket in manufacturing. So they would like to have other manufacturing hubs. Those opportunities are coming. It is just for people to grab those opportunities. And let me tell you, innovation doesn't happen in labs, in universities, in research labs. Invention happens there. Innovation happens on the street. It's done by entrepreneurs. It's done by businessmen. So you people are at a, it provides a great opportunity. Every tech provides. As I was referring to that story, 1860, we have such a dismal picture. By 1900, there were 1,000 factories in and around New York manufacturing automobiles. So I am not in a position to say what would be the specific opportunity, but their opportunities are coming. You see, this work from home culture has given a new, it will give new dimensions to IT industry. We have to, this is what we have to look for them. And there are plenty of opportunities. That is what I would say.
Right, sir. So I think it's more to do with the fear of the unknown. But as they say, every adversity brings opportunity, provided we can see the
Yes.
opportunity at that moment. So what according to you, sir, are the habits companies should change in the new scenario? We once things open up, I'm sure we can't move on with the existing habits or the way we have been working because circumstances have changed radically. So what are the new norms, new conditions, or new way of working that companies should employ in this new day, if I am to say so?
You see, Mike Tyson was not a very big, never a businessman. He was though a good, I can't say of a very repute, he was a good boxer, but in personal life he had a problem. But he said a thing saying, everyone has a plan till the time he gets punched in the face. So what we have been punched in the face by this coronavirus, we need to rediscover ourselves. I'm not in a position here. Let me not take that high vantage point and assume that I know it all and I would be able to come. Companies read market better than any government officers can. You people, you understand market far better. You understand. You will adapt, and it is clear. If people who don't adapt will perish. It's as clear. So we need to understand that there will be changes and companies are able to listen to market, listen to customer more quickly than anyone else, and companies will figure out. You see a couple of companies I was talking to here in Calcutta and state of West Bengal, also from other states, and also I had a chance to interact with a couple of companies, CEOs of people who are based outside. All of them are finding this work from home concept a new concept which they have not explored fully. They feel right now what their impression is that this gives them a great opportunity. For some of them are even claiming that it has increased productivity in a short term. They are not very sure what will happen. They have still to grapple with the security aspect of it, whether the data will be secure or not. But new opportunities, I'm sure the companies will find. I'm not in a position to say. I think companies will, as long as companies understand, if they listen to market, they listen to their customers, they will find it. I don't think I am in a position to tell them.
Okay. I think we all read the report that TCS just mentioned that in the next 5 years they are going to have 75% of the workforce work from home, and
Yeah,
that is
all
going
of
to
them
make
are
them.
fighting it. They are changing it, and they have to. That's great.
And it seems it makes them more productive because people become more self-responsible once they go in that kind of a mode. Coming to the next question, sir, what kind of support local businesses can expect from the government, given that a lot of SMEs are facing difficulty, a lot of small businesses are facing difficulty, especially people in the IT sector who don't employ a large number of people, the micro and the SME sector. Is there any kind of support they can expect from
Yes,
the
yes.
government?
It is a very valid question, but I'll start with the little thing. First is, if you want to help anyone, it is not even in a, even not only in a if you want to give aid, if the government it is not only true for the government, it is also true for on a personal level also. First is one has to the person whom you are trying to help, you have to show respect to him. That's the first principle of if you want planning to help. And why I'm saying this, I'll just explain it in a manner and I'll come to the specifics. I think some of you would be really interested in knowing this. You see, there is there's a country in Africa called Zambia, and the river Zambezi flows through it. And as it happens, European governments were very eager to help this particular country and the population there. They took up a lot of projects, and they one of the one of the government agency. It was I can give the name which is there on this thing, Ernesto Ciroli. He's an Italian. He went there and he says that we found it was such a they were not doing any agriculture, and we really found that it was such a fertile land. Why are they not doing agriculture? They brought they brought seeds from Italy. They called people. They paid them to work in the fields, and people were not willing. They paid them and said, "Oh, please work, please." And then the land was so fertile, the big the crop was very good. The crop started growing, and it was like even it was growing in a better manner than in Italy because of the weather condition. And they were wondering why these people never took up to agriculture. It's such a beautiful opportunity, such a beautiful climate. And then, before the crop was to be harvested, the Mr. Siroli says that 200 hippos walked out of this river and ate all the crop. These people, they went to the people and they said, "Why didn't you tell us before?" The people said, "You never asked us." Sometimes, if people who want to help, they forget, as I was saying, about respect, about listening to people. We must understand what are the problems. The government understands on a basis that there is a problem. That is why I accepted. If you ask me, I accepted this webinar because I wanted to understand. I should be able to understand as a department from our department. We should be able to understand, send it to, and so that the government can come up with some kind of solution which will help people. Government is keen to help, but we must not misdirect the help. We have to understand that we must understand how do we listen in a community. Again, there is a misnomer that if you take a public meeting or people don't speak in public meetings. People don't speak in a community gathering. People speak in public community gathering to impress others, to make a point, to criticize someone, to praise someone. But really, they speak to about them in one-to-one in smaller groups. I want to take this opportunity and tell all of you that we want to make friends with you. We want to listen to you. We want to understand what exactly in what manner we can the government can come and help. It is an unprecedented situation. It is causing, it has caused, as I said, it has punched us in the face. This new, we were not prepared. So there is a big uh, plan in the working, it is being done, and it is being, as we speak, it is being this thing. and everyone will come to know. But at the same time, you are as much of a stakeholder as anyone else. You must come with your suggestions. You understand it better. What will help the best? And the best thing a person who's trying to help others is he can shut up and listen. That's what we will try to do. That's what our plan is. We are all open. Our officers, I've instructed them. Whenever you can just send us a mail, and I would say we will set up a call with them, and we can discuss in small groups, one or two people. They can tell us what is it. And government is seized of the issue, is working on a plan to address the issue. This you must understand, but your participation is very important in this.
So as the saying goes that every person is an entrepreneur in their respective field, be it somebody working in an office or somebody in the government service or somebody running their own business. How do you think entrepreneurs can thrive in this new world? Any words of wisdom? Any
No, I
suggestions?
first thing, I don't have any words of wisdom to say, or whatever wisdom. If anybody feels there is a wisdom, it is all taken from internet and WhatsApp groups. So please don't you people are uh, uh, intelligent people and know what to keep and what to throw. So, but I will again. I'm trying to re-emphasize things which all of you know. You see, I'll start with this fact that if you look at the entrepreneur, what does entrepreneur mean? It is taken from a Latin word. It means the first among others who reaches first. It basically the one who does the things first. Entrepreneur can be in business, can be a person in an NGO, in a social field, even in a government service. The spirit of entrepreneurship can be there, but for a businessman, as it connects, it's related to business. Try to focus it. How does and your entrepreneurial skill combined with other factors makes you run a successful business? As I understand, you people will understand it better. There are three things which makes a business go. What? Number one, a person, you should be able to get a good product. A good product. There are people who can create a good, wonderful product who are a product or a service. When I say product, I mean service also. A good, wonderful product. Second is a person who loves people in a sense, who is able to communicate that to the people, who can understand people's need, tell it to the person who's making the product, so that the person can modify it and the people love it. He is a person who's able to market it. So we need a person who can make a good product. We need a person who can market it. And third is, because this person from marketing, he's always discounting, he's always maybe would like to give things. There is a person who will keep the finance, take care of the finances, who should be able to say, no, you can do this, you cannot do this. So these three things make a business stick. But as unfortunately or fortunately, God has not created a person who has all these three things in him. This has been a study, what I would say, that all big companies, you see Google, or I'm not only mentioning the Apple or even Microsoft, people don't know, they are not started by one. Right now we see Bill Gates, we see Steve Jobs, but Steve Jobs won't be anywhere if the Wozniak was not there. They were started with a group of people. They were not started by individuals. Even if you go to the whatever the Carnegie did, whatever the Ford did, these were all started with a couple of people. God has not created a man who can take, as I said, who's passionate about all these three things, who is good in product development, who's good in marketing, who's good in finance. We need to bring that culture here. If we bring that, you see, by saying this, that if we want to do this, it will not happen till the time we bring culture. We bring that culture. I don't have much time, so I'll not. There was another thing which I could have told, but I will just give a short example about like if you see Durga Puja, the way Durga Puja is held in Calcutta and West Bengal. It's such a celebration of activity. People are trust each other. People tell each other, share things. It's a everyone takes part in it. Everybody wants, and that is why so much of creativity and so much of things comes out in this thing. As a, I would say, I still remember there was a puja in a Bhojpur which was done by Arthan Pots. I still remember that. It gives me goosebumps. No, that kind of creativity we are able to show because a culture is there of organizing puja. We share good ideas. We listen. Business is also like that. Business doesn't happen in closed secret rooms and this thing. If we, some of you must have visited Silicon Valley, must have went to San Francisco. You see the business, there the culture, if you go to cafe, people are discussing business. People will say, if you discuss one idea, they will say, let me connect you to that fellow. He does it better. He so that there has to be that culture. That culture, we, I'm sure all of you will try to bring it here, and let's bring that culture here in Sector 5 and this, where people are discussing it in tea shops and dhabas and other places, thinking new ideas. Once that brings, and we have the intellect, we have other things, we are the people who are working for other companies and creating products for them. We are not able to do it because the culture is missing. We are trying, we can't do it secretively. The trust has to come and we need to help each other. You see, in Durga Puja, people from one para, they tell who is the best decorator. They just don't kind of, it's that spirit we have to bring, that culture. And once we bring that culture, everything else will fall in place. The investors will come, they would like to invest. We must, when we sit in dhabas, we sit in restaurants, and I'm talking about it, which are in Sector 5, and we must talk about technology, about how we can bring new product. And if we can bring that culture here, I'm sure that we would be able to work in this new environment, and we will be able to do it better than other people. So that's, I would say, is the mantra for if we could bring that culture. What I don't see when I interact with companies, I don't see dearth of talent. I don't see dearth of hard work. I don't see dearth of ideas. What to my mind appeared was that collective thought process that should come. And I would like that thing taken up, that when when visiting for, restaurants and cafes and dhabas in Sector 5, people are discussing this, how to implement a new idea, who is the best person, how do I approach him. This will, and all of us, all our destinies are intertwined, whether we like it or not. If one person, there's one unicorn company in this city or in the state, can change the whole scenario. It will bring benefit to all of us. It's not to one particular that company. So that is my take on it, and that is what I have to say.
You would be
Maybe
happy to know, sir. Sorry.
Yeah.
You would be happy to know one of our charter members exactly did what you suggested, and he started a website. He runs an engineering college, and he started a website, The Greatest Show on Earth. And last year, Durga Puja, he made a start with bringing a delegation of French tourists to Calcutta for the Durga Puja gala that we have. And some of them have already started what you just suggested.
No, I was not saying Durga Puja in that sense. I was saying Durga Puja in the sense that the
Yeah.
collaboration is there. There is this thing that kind of spirit we have to bring in a technology field here.
Right.
I was trying to see how it's not specific. Entrepreneurs will find different things. Once they start discussing it in open, at cafes, at dhabas, what I need, when people are working from home, maybe security solutions are required. This is required. These people come up with this thing. People come up with ideas when it is being discussed. That culture, if you, as I was saying, if you go to Silicon Valley, that culture is there. They are not
True.
able to recreate that culture in Europe. These incubators, maybe I might sound harsh, these incubators and accelerators, they have not produced anything in Europe. The European people keep saying this. Why are we not able to do the same kind of thing which the Silicon Valley has done? It is they have everyone who wants to achieve that will have to create that culture. So if somebody wants to celebrate Durga Puja in a way that Calcutta does, he will have to not only import the decorators and the shilpis, but he will have to import the culture there. He will have to have that culture. That culture we need to bring. That's what I'm trying to say.
True, the mindset has to be there. Without the mindset, innovation won't come. Do we have time for one or two questions?
Yeah. I think we must. We can definitely, please.
Gentleman Kamal Agarwal has sent a question. Financial stress is the biggest concern for the smaller companies, and in this situation, continuing for the next 2 or 3 months will make most of them literally on the verge of closing down. What is your message to them, and what kind of help can they expect from the IT department and government of West Bengal?
As I said, I think I tried to explain this. We are aware of the situation. We are working on this thing. I will not like to make any promise or empty promise or something. And as I said, let us understand. The Mr. Agrawal, you will share our email ID. Our officers will talk to him. Let us understand what exactly how we are able to, in the way government wants to help, in what best way we can reach help not only to him but to other industry people and all small medium enterprise are facing these things. And government is working on a plan. We will definitely, it's a serious concern, and we would like to listen to his concrete ideas. You see what has happened in US. US, there was a big $2 trillion plan was there, and the top there is the bigger companies have got the paychecks, and the smaller and the companies, a lot of smaller companies have got left out. Sometimes before a plan is rolled out, it needs due diligence. We would need feedback from you, and we will faithfully pass this on to the government for its consideration, and I'm sure the government is looking into it.
Right. Next question is that what are the guidelines which are being formulated for companies in Sector 5 once they start once the lockdown starts opening up and they start going into business again?
I would say the guidelines have to be determined by us. When I say us, means all of us. If we start taking, as I said, if we start becoming responsible as early as possible, if we start becoming responsible, because this virus, we don't know how long is it going to stay. If we can, as I said in my earlier reply to your earlier this thing, that if we can respect it in a sense that if we can take it, we maintain social distance, we can take those proper hygienic, we can maintain that high social hygiene, we would be back to normal very fast. But if we don't, if we are not disciplined, it will take a lot of time. So these are evolving situations. Again, I'll reiterate the unprecedented situation all of us are facing it for the first time in our lifetimes. People have not faced it. We need to have evolving norms, not fixed norms. We don't have, and as the situation develops, we will. And that is why communication is important. We would like to listen from you. We would like to listen from your to all of you, in fact, and that is the reason. And I don't expect you to come up with suggestions here. Our email ID would be there. We would be willing for video. Our officers are here. I have a couple of officers in my panel. I would like them to introduce themselves. You can come to them anytime. We are that work from home has also given us. You can even we are not we are available outside office hours also. So anytime we would like to listen from you and take it and come up with the norms. I would like Deepak, before we finish, I would like to my officers who officers are
Sure.
also the list. I would like them to introduce themselves so that officers can directly connect to them. We would like, from a department side, we would like to listen to all of you. All of you means all of you, and maybe on individual basis and smaller groups where you can frankly tell us your difficulties and we can solve those.
Sure, sir.
Thank you.
Sure.
In these difficult times, I hope that We pray, may God bless us all. Thank you very much. Sanjay,
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Uh,
Sanjay
Hello.
is
Hello everybody. It's really nice to come across you. This is a really difficult time, but our department actually started acting very fast. Just at the start of this lockdown, we ensured that each and every officials of our department, as well as extended portion of our department, which includes Weibel as well as WTL, who are very much well known to all of you, that all of these officials, they get their office, these desktops and laptops installed at their home so that they can continue working from that. So this is number one, and immediately alongside that, we actually did another thing. We set up a 24/7 helpline, portal, and later we have also created a dedicated email ID. So through that, we have actually attended to more than 200 different companies. I hope many of you who are here connected with us today in the webinar have come across these facilities, and we must not say that we actually could attend each one of them. We tried to attend, we tried to reduce the difficulty that everyone felt, but we ensured that the critical infrastructure that is being supported by scores of companies located and situated in Sector 5, around in Newtown, and all across West Bengal. Those critical infrastructures and those services actually do not get hampered. So up to some extent, we witnessed that the things were there. But you understand, when this type of pandemic actually strikes, it brings down a lot of unknown disabilities with it. So those disabilities prevented us from actually ensuring everything that was needed or required of us. But I can ensure one thing very seriously, that our state government as well as our department were ever ready and will be ready for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Das. Thank you.
Yes, I would request Mr. Shauruk Rai to come. Yeah, you come and speak something.
Hi,
Mr. Roy, you
Dipal.
there?
Yeah, I'm here.
We can hear
You
you.
can't, you can't see me because I was told that through mobile, because I'm being accessing through mobile. Now you can't see me,
But we can hear
but
you clearly, sir.
what the Joint Secretary had said, Sanjay had said about that the kind of effort that we have taken in our department to see that to make all the companies, irrespective of their sizes, be comfortable. Like we have created this helpline, and where anybody can come, and we try our best to see that we can make them comfortable. So that's what we are doing. We have already got many companies who have accessed us, and in the time of when lockdown came into being, there are many companies who sought our help to see that they can transport their the desktops to the respective employees' residences. That also we had helped. Now the thing is, slowly the lockdown is going to be lifted. Now it is 25%, but then even then, we always try to tell all these companies to stay home and try to stay home and do work from home instead of coming to office, because only the critical people who really required to come to office, let them come. So we will try to get all the passes and everything done for them. But then you be very strict about only those people who are required to come. Let them come, not because that 25% is the maximum limit. You need to bring 25%. Don't go by that. That's what I want to tell you. And any point in time, anything, any issues, most of you know me. You can always access to me either, or you can access to the helpline, or Sanjay, the Joint Secretary, is there. He is also very friendly to the industry. So let us all work together and make it a success, and make it look like nothing has happened. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Swarupda. Thank you, Mr. Das. Thank you, Mr. Kumar. Yeah, I think it's been a wonderful privilege to have the entire top IT department, Government of West Bengal, with us for a one-to-one session. And if I'm to say so, the first session with any industry body, and we've been privileged to have you all among us and clear quite a few questions, which I'm sure majority of the participants today had in their mind. And the secretariat will forward the ID, and people can definitely get in touch with you. The way it has been mentioned that the government and government of West Bengal and the IT department are ever so ready to help everybody in these times of distress. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, gentlemen, for being with us. Have a wonderful evening and be safe. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
I thank all the participants uh, for attending the session today. And I would also like to thank our annual sponsors, Tata Tele Business Services, Shitij.com, Diadem, Cashless Bazaar, 10 Downing Street, ICICI Bank, LinkedIn Local, and Head Start. Thank you so much, and we are looking forward to see you all soon in another webinar. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.